Definitely dead.
Yeah, well, you still got to see her, mate. And we'll need a doctor to certify her as well.
Yeah, I know. We seem to spend half our time nowadays ringing you lot about them.
Why's that? How many bodies have you had?
They're trapped. Turn up on all the sites around here. You can't get them. Here she is.
Nice.
Oh, Frank, just the man we want to see.
Oh?
Have you got a minute?
Loads of them, and they're all full.
No, this won't take long, Mr. Burnside.
Sorry?
Sorry, this is Dr. Reese from the Waste Regulation Authority.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Our department's crossed swords a couple of months ago.
You chased the fly tippers, right?
Well, not just the fly tippers, Mr. Burnside. The Waste Regulation Authority covers any kind of waste. It's quite a task. Do you think we could go into your office for a few minutes? I don't think this is quite the place to have a discussion, do you?
My office. Right. This way.
Been fishing this morning. I'm a bit asthmatic. Thought I could smell something getting on my chest.
I used to go fly fishing when I was a kid.
Oh, not in this river you didn't.
Caught a £7 blue bottle once. Come on, is this a wind-up or not?
Oh, straight up, I'll show you. I reckon I know where it's coming from at all. There. Damn it! Run out! Damn!
What's up, mate?
The inhaler's gone, in it!
Was he serious? Oh, no!
Right, Mrs. Reese. What can I do for you?
It's doctor, actually. I'm a doctor of chemistry. As I've just been explaining to the inspector here.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Well, as you know, Mr. Burnside, the control of waste disposal in the borough has become considerably more difficult with the growth of the docklands.
It's created quite a few problems for us as well.
Of course. And unfortunately, I'm just about to bring you a few more.
Oh, how kind. Another file on fly tippers. Yes, well, if that's all, I'll... sure I can find something to do with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry it's so thick, but we've been very busy.
No, thank you. Give us something to do.
Could I have a quick word, Frank, please?
Sure. Excuse me.
It won't be a second.
Fine.
Subtle as a brick. When did you leave the diplomatic corps?
Well, what do you expect? I mean, these council wallies get right up my nose.
Look, just do us a favour. Help us nick a few cowboys and get her off our backs.
Come on. No, not now, George. 21820 unit. Urgent assistance required, Minister Wolf. I'm going to need an ambulance to assist with a man in distress. I'm not feeling too good myself.
Sierra Oscar from 351, you're receiving, over.
Go ahead, please.
I'm answering urgent assistance. I'm only a couple of hundred yards away, all right? Look after that for me. Doctor should be here any minute. Don't let her go anywhere, right?
It's a fuse. Help me move him out.
You stop breathing.
Yeah, I've had him back once already.
All right, get some here.
Oh, come on. Still too near him out. Move him off.
Come on, then. Come on, you bastard. George? George? Come on, George. Wake up, George. Come on. No sleeping on the job, George. Come on, George. Wake up. Wake up.
50 PNCs at this time of day? On your bikes.
It's got to be done, June.
All right, come back at 3
Right.
a.m. I've got something much more interesting for you anyway. I've got body down at the docks.
Crime related?
Well, that's the question. It's an old lady, a vagrant. PC Haynes radioed in and reckoned a cold had got her.
That's about par for the course.
Yeah, well, it would be, except 5 minutes later, PC Garfield and some OAP keel over from fumes, only 200 yards away. Now, they reckon there's been a bit of illegal chemical tipping going on. And as you boys are working for the waste department, I thought you might like to go down and check out the corpse. Being as it's so near.
Let's have a look.
Don't say I don't do you any favours.
Do you want something, mate?
Tyrone Bella's a live and breathe.
Hello, Mr. Lyons.
Well, there was a waste of time coming on down here, but now seeing you, I know it's not.
What's that supposed to mean?
Go on down to the docks, they told me, Tyrone. Someone's been fly tipping chemicals, and there's a stiff only a quarter of a mile away. Could be a connection.
Don't be daft, she died of the cold. It was turning up round here.
Yes, but not on a building site run by a bloke that I nicked for fly tipping only a couple of months ago. Too much of a coincidence. So what are you doing, Tyrone? You and your mates using this as a cover? Dumping chemicals nowadays, are you?
Why don't you leave me alone? You lost me a good job last time, I mean. No one will employ me as a driver now.
Forgive me if I don't cry. I smell a rat, Tyrone.
Yeah, well, a lot of things stink round here today, mate.
And most of them are you.
What?
Afternoon, officer. Afternoon, madam. We're trying to make inquiries.
You've got 5 seconds before I slam this door in your face.
What do you think I am, a door-to-door salesman? Lock! Do you know an old lady called Gertie?
No. Why?
There's a man at the Sally Arm who says that she used to sleep here sometimes. She was an old lady, always wore red, very dirty face.
And the rest of her. What do you want to know for?
She died last night. We're trying to trace any relatives.
She didn't have any.
But she did live here, yeah?
She didn't live here, love. She slept here if she got in without us noticing.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like you didn't get on.
Just because we have to live in a dump like this doesn't mean we have to put up with nutters. She refused to wash. Ask them why they wouldn't have her at the shelter. She was a drunk and she scared the kids. If you ask me, she's better off dead.
So I won't bother putting you down for the funeral, then?
Get lost.
I'm not a happy man, Mr. Bell.
Why's that then?
This lot tell me someone's just dumped a load of chemicals down that manhole.
No.
Well, I reckon you had something to do with it. Tosh, get in touch with Michael at the town hall. Tell him to get Dr. Reese down here pronto. Right, Malcolm, keep your eye on this lot. In the meantime, Mr. Bell, you and I will go and wait in your office until I've had this site turned over. And if my friend from the Waste Authority doesn't find anything untoward, I may let you go home.
There was absolutely nothing in the water you sent me, other than the usual amount of pollution.
As I said, I'm only the messenger. They just said they want you there as soon as possible.
Get anywhere with Bell? Not really. He knows we haven't got anything yet. In that case, you better hear what the doctor's got to say. Thanks for coming down so promptly, Doctor.
Oh, I was given a lift here, Inspector. Look, I had no idea I was being press-ganged into doing your dirty work for you.
I'd have gone down there myself if I thought it would do any good. But unfortunately, it needs an expert like yourself. You got anything for me?
Yeah, it's an acidic cleansing agent, illegal and very strong, and it looks like a recent deposit.
Good. I'll go and see Mr. Bell, see what he's got to say for himself.
Now, I don't think you quite understand, Inspector.
Sorry?
Well, the cleansing agent is only half the story. It's bad, but not bad enough to kill. Which means the cleansing agent that was dumped down this manhole will have had to mix with some chemical, somewhere between here and the river, to create a toxic gas. Now, if I can find that chemical here as well, you might well have a case. I'd like a thorough search made of the whole site.
Be my guest. Malcolm. Do we know what your lady tramp died of yet?
Well, the post-mortem won't be through until tomorrow morning at the earliest.
And the old man down the docks, he definitely got a skinful of these fumes, right?
Oh, yeah. Very bad.
How bad? On his way out?
I'll put it this way. I'll be surprised if he makes it.
Near enough dead, then. Nice try, Mr. Bell. Guess what we found down that manhole?
Sewer?
A comic. Now you listen to me. I've just had a really interesting piece of news from the hospital. You know that old geezer who got overcome by fumes down by the river? He just died.
So?
So, you pour chemicals down a manhole, it gets into a disused sewer, and an old age pensioner gets killed. That's manslaughter.
What?
You heard? I'm doing it for manslaughter.
Yeah, hold on, this is ridiculous. I ain't getting done for manslaughter just because you found a load of cleansing agent down a drain.
Who said cleansing agent?
You did.
I didn't. I said chemicals. You said cleansing agent, which is exactly what's down that manhole. Now, how would you know that? Oh, come on, Tyrone, I've got you. Throw in the bleeding towel.
OK, you've got to listen to me now. I ain't having none of this manslaughter nonsense.
Why's that?
Because it ain't me dumping it, is it? I ain't got a lorry no more, thanks to you lot. I've got a mate. Well, it's just a bloke I know, right? He sometimes drives a chemical lorry. I've been coming back late a couple of nights letting him tip a bit of cleansing agent, that's all.
Nothing else.
Not that I know of.
What's his name?
Oh, come on.
Don't be stupid, Tyrone. If you don't tell me, I'm going to have to do you for the lot, not just helping out.
Dougie Booker. He works at Hughes Transfer Station.
Hello? Can I help you?
Probably, Chief. Sunhill CID. Mr. Hughes about?
That's me. What can I do you for?
We're looking for one of your drivers. Dougie Booker.
Dougie? He's not here at the moment.
Turn it off!
I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, so are we. Now turn it off. Dougie Booker. Could you step outside for a second, please, Mr. Booker?
Sorry, didn't realise he was in. What's he done?
That's what we're trying to find out. I'd like you to come down to Sunhill Nick for a little chat, if you don't mind. You're looking worried, Dougie. I expect you'd like to know why you're here.
I ain't worried, but I'd like to know what this is all about.
Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm a right little tinker, aren't I?
Aren't you supposed to tape record all our interviews nowadays?
What for? We're just having a little chat. No, we haven't charged you anything yet. I've got a mate of yours next door.
Hughes? He's no mate, he's my boss.
No, not that mate, another mate. Well, more an ex-mate, really. Because he's really dropped you in it, Dougie.
Who has?
No, that's all you get. I'm going to offer you a deal, Dougie. You're going to tell me all you know that I know. And I'll make sure that your cooperation goes down in my statement. Look good for you in court if I put a word in for you. Believe me, mate, you're going to need a few friends in there.
On your bike. I ain't done nothing.
Please yourself. In that case, I'm arresting you on suspicion of illegally disposing of chemical products. Now you can really start worrying, Dougie.
Anything?
No.
No acid then?
Look, did you really expect to find them together?
We rather hope so, yeah.
Well, you will learn that life is never that simple. Look, even if I found anything toxic, it wouldn't mean the stuff in the dockyards came from here.
Yes, I realise that.
So why drag me down here? You do know that whatever killed your old age pensioner could be killing people at the site now. I should be there, finding out where the fumes came from.
Mr. Burnside.
Yes, well, you know what Thorn did. God, I should have a few words to say to your Inspector Burnside.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
You see, Mr. Hughes, I'm not too up on chemicals. But apparently someone's been dumping a cleansing agent near Minister Wharf.
Silly. What's it got to do with me?
Why didn't I mention that? You did it. Or rather, you paid Dougie Booker to do it for you.
What?
It's killed someone. You know that. You do process bleach and acid.
I've already told you that.
Which mixed together can be lethal.
Oh, what is this, eh? Guilt by association?
Oh, that's a good phrase. I must remember that.
Gov, she's here.
Right. I'm just going to find out where you got the acid from, Terry.
You'll have a job.
Got plenty of time, have you?
I want a brief.
Anything?
Not really, Gov.
What'd you bring her back here for?
I think she'd like a few words with you. She's just round the corner.
Lucky me.
Now, what exactly was the reason for dragging me away from the building site to that transfer station?
I was hoping, Doctor, you might be able to find me some conclusive evidence.
Now, look, if I'm to be forced to work for you, then please allow me to do so in my own logical way. I haven't got time to waste gallivanting round transfer stations.
Just through here, in an interview room, I've got a suspect who may be hearing every word you say. Now, if you continue to shout your mouth off, two things may happen. Firstly, he may become party to certain information I would not wish him to know. Secondly, I may charge you under the Noise Abatement Act.
Well, I'm sorry, but really, I wasn't shouting.
Well, let's just call it a subdued bellow. Now, I'm very sorry that you were sent down to Hughes's yard on a bum steer. At a later date, I shall beat my naked back with the branches of a birch tree. In the meantime, I am desperately trying to collect enough evidence to charge these cowboys before they realise they could just get up and walk out of here.
Well, in that case, get me back to the building site and I might just get it for you.
Certainly. Michael?
Yeah?
Would you take the doctor back to the building site?
Yes. We know you've been dumping chemicals, so I don't know why you're holding out.
How do you know?
Because your mate of mine, Tyrone Bell, told me. You see, unlike you and your chum Hughes, Mr. Bell's got a conscience. He didn't realise those chemicals were toxic. He thought they were harmless.
Don't be stupid.
And when you get toxic chemicals in a river, they start screwing up the environment. And eventually killing people. Which is what you've done, Dougie.
What?
This morning an old man died from inhaling the fumes that you caused. I think we could call that manslaughter. Manslaughter, eh? Who'd have believed it?
You're off your head, mate.
You won't say that when you read the charge sheet.
Look, I ain't killed nobody. I'm a lorry driver, not Charles Manson.
So tell me the truth about these chemicals, then.
OK. I did dump some cleansing agent, but it weren't toxic. Unless Hugh's been chucking something else in without telling me.
He's in as well, is he?
Too right he is. Well, if I'm going down, he's coming with me. He's been charging people for safe disposal and bunging me and Bell a ton for dumping it. That saves him loads, doesn't it?
Now we're getting somewhere.
Go.
Doing well on this manslaughter story. Just try it out and book her. You drop using it if you're interested.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tosh, didn't I tell you? The old man snuffed it for real about 10 minutes ago. So, looks like the manslaughter charge could be on the cards if we can make the acid and all stick. Round two, Mr. Hughes.
Better and better.
Two teas, please, Harry. Gotcha. I bet you've got a novel inside you just waiting to flood out.
Are you a nut or a summit?
No. I don't go around killing people. Not officially, anyway. It's called the domino effect, Terry.
What is?
Bell shops Booker. Booker shops you. Wicked world, innit? Mind you, you've held out the longest, which means I can be nastier to you than the others.
Number 1 crew member, leave the shower and leave the zone.
There you are. It's old barrels of cyanide and hypochlorite down there.
Number 2 crew member.
Down where?
Into the shaft.
In those cellars. And they're right under the bathtub where you found your corpse. Some people might have expected you to look earlier.
I thought that was your job.
Now, I found it, and it's the fastest piece of detective work I've seen today. See, they found some old cellars down there. And there are rotting barrels of cyanide and hypochlorite stored in them. Now, the cleansing agent that was dumped down that manhole over there ran into a disused sewer. It filled up and flooded into the cellars, where it mixed with the cyanide and hypochlorite. When the cyanide gas escaped, ran along the sewer, and down into the river, and killed your old age pensioner.
So why wasn't Haynes affected when he was with the old tramp?
Because she didn't die of cyanide poisoning. She was killed by chlorine gas, created by the cleansing agent mixing with the hypochlorite. The cyanide gas went straight down to the river. The chlorine gas went up through the cellar roof. You see, chlorine gas only kills in a confined space, which is exactly what your old girl created when she built her shelter.
How long do you think it's been down there?
I don't know, years probably. In this part of the world, some of these old cellars are like time bombs waiting to go off. One idiot fly tipping, that's all it takes. I hope you throw the book at him.
Gov. Hello, Michael. Had a nice trip down the building site?
Yeah, we just solved the mystery of the acid.
Have you? So have I. Hughes is just about to give me a confession.
What about dumping the acid? He didn't, sir. We've just found a load of barrels of cyanide. They're years old.
Oh. I must be more persuasive than I thought. I've just spent an hour and a half convincing him he dumped it.
Not in Minister Wharf, he didn't.
Oh, dear. People will say anything to get rid of me. I'll tell you what, though. Go and find out what he has dumped. Not that it really matters. CPS permitting, I've decided to go for manslaughter anyway.
So it doesn't matter about the cyanide and stuff?
Maybe, maybe not.
So I've been running round like a lunatic after old dragon features for nothing.
Where was it then?
In some cellars, under that old bathtub.
What, right underneath the body? Well, didn't any of you dozy pillocks think of looking?
No, you didn't, sir.
Brilliant. Here, I'll bet old Marie Curie loved that.
You could say she's having a field day, sir. She's right behind you.